Now to the shockwaves being felt around the world as Britain's stunning decision to leave the European Union. But this morning, there is a new battle brewing, a petition calling for a second vote, a do-over, basically, and it already has nearly 1 million signatures. ABC's Lama Hassan is in London with the latest. Lama, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Cecilia. I think there are many people waking up this morning trying to keep calm and carry on. There are many divisions in this country, and those divisions are reflected in the papers. So let's take a look at today's papers. The Daily Mirror asking the question, so what the hell happens now? The Times calling it a Brexit earthquake, and the Daily Mail celebrating the vote, saying, take a bow, Britain. This morning, the Brexit vote fallout triggering a tsunami of emergency meetings between the founding members of the EU taking place in Berlin about what to do next. Exiting the EU is complicated and could take 2 years to formalise an agreement. Britain saying there's no rush to leave.
In voting to leave the EU, it is vital to stress that there is now no need for haste.
But the EU wants Britain to get out and get out quickly. A political earthquake erupting after the announcement was made, forcing the British Prime Minister David Cameron, who was fighting fiercely to remain in the EU, to resign.
I love this country and I feel honoured to have served it. And I will do everything I can in future to help this great country succeed.
Brexit bombshell aftershocks are hitting hard for those wanting to stay.
I burst into tears this morning when I saw the news.
But jubilation for the people who voted for an independent Britain.
Absolutely wonderful. The best news ever.
The vote showing the deep divisions in this country, earning the hashtag divided kingdom. Scotland overwhelmingly voting to stay in the EU, now saying it wants to go at it alone.
The option of a second referendum must be on the table, and it is on the table.
Not to mention the financial fallout.
Well, the next 90 days is full of uncertainty. Britain will have to look at its trade deals that are in place right now, its regulations that are in place right now under the European Union, and they will have to change that and redo trade deals.
So what does that mean for the money in our pockets? Well, with the pound plummeting against the dollar, now's the time to make that trip across the pond because you're going to get more money for your dollar. So, Dan, sadly, I can't say the same for me.
Right. Brexit may be good for tourism at the very least. Lama, thank you. That decision in the UK is definitely impacting our wallets here in the U.S., though. The Dow down more than 600 points, or 3.4%, sending it into negative territory for the year, with so many Americans worried that this could possibly derail our economy and damage our personal finances. We've brought in ABC News Chief Business and Economics Correspondent Rebecca Jarvis. Rebecca, good morning to you.
Morning.
So how much money or wealth was wiped out in one day here?
In 24 hours, it was $2.1 trillion wiped out worldwide, Dan. And I think one of the big lessons from all of this is the amount of smart investors who got this completely wrong. They thought the vote was going the other way. That's why you saw this whipsaw in the markets go so much lower so quickly. And for the typical 401k retirement account here in the United States, it cost just yesterday $3,300.
Okay, so if we're looking at our retirement accounts and feeling nervous, what should and should we not do?
As I'm sure a number of people are doing right now, the should not do is the should not make a quick reaction. For most people, the more time you have, the more time horizon you have until retirement, the better off you are. You've got time to recover. The closer you are to retirement, the more cash cushion you want in that retirement savings account. And that would be true whether or not this event happened or not. You just want to have that cash sitting on the sidelines. Another thing here is to stay diversified. That's always the case. But another thing some people are going to want to look at is refinancing, because interest rates as a result of all of this will probably stay low, could even go lower this year. And for some, it might make sense to refinance that mortgage at an even lower rate.
That's really interesting. Do you think, though, that this Brexit is going to impact American businesses and jobs?
This really depends on how quickly the trade deals get renegotiated and whether or not others follow. Will there be other Britons? Will other countries in Europe start doing what they did? But a number of companies have already warned, from General Motors to Ford to Caterpillar to JP Morgan, that this could cost jobs and business, and that will have an impact not only on employees but also the stock market.
So much noise around this now. It's great to have you in to cut through it. Thank you.